What is going on, Bucs fans? Evan Wanish here, back at you with yet another video talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And today we're going to be discussing the top performers from the Buccaneers' 26-9 victory over the New Orleans Saints. Was a really good game for the Buccaneers, both on offense and defense, as we'll talk about here in the top performers. But really nice win on the road on a short week to go to 3-1 on the season, take a stranglehold on the NFC South. Now the Buccaneers are sitting at the top of the NFC South all alone, as the Falcons also lost, so they're 2-2, as well as the Saints being 2-2. Carolina Panthers are 0-4. So the Buccaneers are in a good spot here to potentially win the NFC South. A lot of football left to be played, obviously, but regardless, was a really nice win on the road against the team in New Orleans that has had their number typically in the past. But now 3 straight wins for the Buccaneers against the Saints. The tide has maybe started to turn, but without further ado, let's get right into the top performers. First one, we're going to be talking about the quarterback, and that's Baker Mayfield. Mayfield was 25 of 32 for 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also had a close call and could have thrown another interception. But those are really his only 2 bad throws of the day, in my opinion. Now, I thought Baker Mayfield looked fantastic. I thought this was his best game as a Buccaneer so far. It's only 4 games, but I do think he looked the best in this contest, and he played well. He played efficient football, made big plays on third down when the Buccaneers needed him to. So if that's the Baker Mayfield the Bucs are going to continue to get, the Bucs could be in pretty good shape this year. So Mayfield was pretty good. Now the big receiver, Chris Godwin, 8 catches, for 114 yards, no touchdown, but did not find the end zone. But finally, especially with Mike Evans out, finally was able to come through in some big spots for the Bucs. And this is a classic Chris Godwin game to me, making big third down catches, making those big plays, the tough catches, the grimy catches, and moving those chains. To me, this is the perfect Chris Godwin game. If they can get this type of production from Chris Godwin all year long, they're going to be in great shape offensively. I even talked about a little bit on the Cannon Fire podcast and a little bit on here about how, like, I thought the key to unlocking this offense was going to be to get Chris Godwin going, and the Buccaneers hadn't done that up to this point. So it was nice to see Godwin finally break out of that and show off there. I'm also going to say Devin Tompkins, 4 catches, 45 yards and a touchdown, had basically the game clinching touchdown. So Tompkins was really good on Sunday, has more opportunity with Mike Evans being out. So I don't know how long Mike Evans is going to be out. Could not be at all, but it's nice to see the Bucs wide receiver depth show up in this one, and a young player like Tompkins. So then I'm going to talk about my top performer, who I thought was easily the best guy. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. I thought Antoine Winfield Jr. easily played his best career game on Sunday. I thought he was just fantastic all over the field, making tackles. He had 9 total tackles, 3 assists, 1 sack, a forced fumble. Just fantastic. Had a couple of breakups. Most important one, that was the pass breakup to Chris Olave running down the field. That's a touchdown that he broke up. Just a fantastic play on the ball to not get any pass interference there. Is perfect technique. Antoine Winfield was all over that field, and he dominated this game. And if you can get that, Antoine Winfield is gonna make a crap ton of money. Okay. Hopefully by the Buccaneers, but he's going to make a lot of money in the offseason. But also, he could be considered one of, if not the best safety in the NFL. And I know we had a debate on that on the Cannon Fire podcast on the recap show as well. I don't know if he's completely there yet as the best safety in the NFL, but performances like that, I mean, that's going to put you in the upper echelon, because sometimes he put the defense on his back and was really able to get going. Antoine Winfield's been fantastic for the Buccaneers this season, but this game in particular, he was an animal. I mean, he was all over the place and just wrecked stuff for the Saints. So really, really good stuff from Winfield. And also one more, I'm going to say Chase McLaughlin, who had a 51-yard field goal in a pretty critical spot. So the Buccaneers, the Saints had got to 1-score game, and the Buccaneers were trying to respond to make it a 2-score game. Chase McLaughlin ended up nailing a 51-yard field goal to get it back to 2 scores. A pretty big kick there, and he continues to show off his legs. So he continues to be a pretty reliable piece for the Buccaneers, and I know there was some worry about, okay, after you got rid of Ryan Suckup, is there going to be consistency from the kicker position? So far, there has been, and so far it's been good. He nailed the big time kick in Minnesota. And then obviously this one here. So in two high pressure situations, not easy situations there, not easy games, not easy away games to play in. So really impressed with what I've seen from Chase McLaughlin. But those are your top performers. So we got Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin, Devin Tompkins, Antoine Winfield Jr., and of course Chase McLaughlin. So let me know who you guys think were your top performers. I want to hear, do you have anybody different? There's a few I could have put on there. There's definitely a few. Obviously, when you win 26-9, there's going to be more than just a couple of top performers, and especially when it was a total team effort like this was for the Buccaneers. But let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to hear what your top performers are. Please let me know in the comment section below. Please also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and go Bucs.